Many thanks for joining me on the Marketplace. Welcome back. Now, data integration between the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, and motor insurance firms is about 85% complete. The process, when successful, will allow the DVLA and the police to detect the insurance statuses of vehicle owners on the database of biometric driving licenses. Now, Chief Executive of the DVLA, JoyNews, has been speaking with Eben Sabute and has filed his report.
The integration process is part of government's move to have a secure database for the citizen to advance service provision. According to Chief Executive of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, JoyNews, the insurance firms are collaborating with the authority to implement the process very soon.
We're quite far. We've been talking. You know, the whole idea of insurance is part of the law, the legislative instrument, which has not been enforced. So now when you're registering a vehicle, you would have to make proof of the fact that your car is insured, either comprehensive or otherwise. It's something that we are now enforcing. It's been in the books the whole time. And so the Vice President has been part of it, and we're very close. We're about 85% in to make that become a reality. It is going to happen very soon because, you know, you have to pilot, you have to test, you have to make sure it's making sense. All the little quirks are taken care of. But it's eminent, very eminent.
He spoke to Joy Business after receiving a prestigious award as the Best Chief Executive Officer for the public sector at the ongoing 4th Ghana CEOs Awards in Accra, which is focusing on technological innovation. Former country manager of Google Ghana, Estelle Akufio-Soa, called for incentives for ICT investors to venture into various projects in rural areas of the country.
It's important for us to keep our eye on innovation, but we need to address some basics, you know, and again in my research, if I can just share these stats with you that not shocked me, but you know, we just need to keep it in mind in terms of the size of our market. And last week at the ICT roadmap, you know, the private sector was challenged that when we're asked to go to certain areas of Ghana, we likely don't want to go there. And it's because of the returns, and so you need the incentives to go there. So Ghana is one of 6 SSA countries with over 1 million people considered as middle class. That's having a daily income of about 45 Ghana cedis a day.
The event was also used to recognize some other CEOs and captains of industries, including Managing Director of Reroy Cable Limited, Kate Korte Papafio. Ebenezer Sabute's report for Joy Business.
And in a related development, American Auto Parts Limited has introduced a 24-hour roadside emergency assistance service for motorists and car dealers in Kumasi. Clients of the automobile service will have their broken down vehicles fixed with or without being towed to a mechanic shop or garage. With over 20 years of experience in automobile spare parts and maintenance, American Auto Parts is assuring the motoring public of professional service at its Kumasi branch office. Nana Sensu Mensah has more in this report.
You never expected your car to break down today, but suddenly it has, and left you stranded until you have it repaired either on the spot or towed off to the workshop. That's when you need intervention such as provided by American Auto Parts 24-hour roadside emergency service. No matter the hour of the day or night, American Auto Parts is ready to give distressed motorists a lifeline. Samini Enum is General Manager.
I'll start off with automobile assistance. It's a year-and-a-half old. American Auto Parts Limited, which is into general repairs and maintenance, vehicle sales and after-sales service. We've been in existence for over 20 years now. So this new sister company is supposed to complement the general repairs and maintenance. So 24-hour roadside assistance brings to Kumasi, it's a subscription-based service. It brings to you many entitlements. Mechanical, electrical first aid, mind you, it's for emergencies. Your flat tire service, battery boost service, towing service, and so many more. Key lock entry service. When your key is locked, we open your car safely without any damage and you get your key. And it says 24-hour, not as a jargon, but in the real sense. We run shifts. So every minute of the day, 365 days, you have people waiting with fully equipped vehicles, ready, waiting for your call. It's not that we're praying that you have any issues, though.
The Kumasi office is complemented with state-of-the-art workshop for towing assistance, electrical and mechanical faults, and general maintenance services. The automobile promises potential subscribers of reliability and affordability.
And so you have packages ranging from 195 Ghana cedis to 1,000 Ghana cedis. I'll give you an example. Say for 195 Ghana cedis, you're getting 3 electrical and mechanical calls. You're getting 30 kilometers towing. That in itself, if you were to tow a vehicle, I'm sure from here and another 50 kilometers, you would end up paying the whole subscription fee. So in terms of pricing, it's unbeatable. The advantage that you have with us is we're giving you professional services which matches dealers. And the way the setup is, there's transparency, there's visibility. Your downtime for your vehicle is reduced because there's a personal care that we give to each and every customer that comes in. You heard about our staff strength. We're now a total of 80 in number, and we're talking direct staff. So that's where you find us. I don't think that there's anything that resembles what we're doing here.
Nana Asensumensa reporting.
This is live on the marketplace. Let's now cross over to the Western region, where Adamus Resources Limited, a mining company in the region, says mining communities' requests for part of the company's concession to be given to small-scale mining companies will be challenging. Explaining this to a delegation from the Minerals Commission, who are on duty on a day's familiarization tour of the company's facilities, the mines manager, Haliu Muhammad Ibrahim, explained that before bringing in investments, they calculate the amount of ore they will extract from the concession. So losing part to the community will limit the amount of ore extracted, which will also impact negatively on business. Our Western regional correspondent, Natalia Kwansa, was on the team to tour the premises of the mining company. He's joining me via Skype now to tell us more. Good afternoon, Natalia. If you can see me, how are you today? Now, Ina, what was the essence of this tour?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're experiencing some technical hitches there with Natalia. She's on the tour of the Minerals Commission visit to Adamus Resources Limited, a mining company in the Western region, where they are reacting actually to the community's request for part of the mining company's concession to be given out to small-scale mining companies in the region. We'll get to that story again, but before then, CEO of the National Health Insurance. All right, so I hear Natalia is back on. Natalia, I was asking you, what did you observe at the tour? All right, so it looks like we can't get through to Natalia now. Let's move on to other stories. CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, Lydia Jani Selby, says the authority is ensuring that all outstanding debts owed to the various hospitals are paid. According to her, the NHIS is working efficiently to provide free medical care to majority of Ghanaians.
So far, about 20 million people signed on to the National Health Insurance Scheme since its inception in 2003. According to Lydia Jani Selby, the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, her outfit is working to ensure that about 9 million people also sign onto the scheme.
People think members don't want a card. As soon as you mount a table somewhere to register, you will be surrounded within seconds. It's about finding a way to make it easy. So with this e-renewal, we have 20 million individuals on health insurance. They can all use the *929 hash to renew. That gives us the space to go after the other 9 million who have never come into contact with our scheme and get them on board as well. And we are embarking on a very aggressive membership renewal and enrollment drive within the next few months. The
President of the Chamber of Pharmacy, Anthony Ameka, recently stated at a function that some medical facilities have not paid up the outstanding debts owed pharmaceutical companies for the past 24 months. This, he noted, is undermining the effectiveness of the scheme.
First of all, what I was trying to say is that government owe from July, that the health insurance owe the service providers from July of last year. They've been able to pay up to that time. But when you go to the hospitals or the service providers, they are owing 24 months.
This claim has, however, been debunked by leader Jani Selby. In an interview with Joy Business, she denied some hospitals owed pharmaceutical companies for the past 24 months.
There shouldn't be anybody who is owed 24 months. Nobody. So it is a problem when we hear about it. Some of the challenges, I think, is, sometimes we get money, we pay 3 months at once. When the money is so big, the temptation to do infrastructural or capital things instead of paying their debts leads to the hospitals getting into some financial difficulty. I think it's about education for the hospitals as to making sure they pay for their consumables before they embark on capital projects.
A section of the public say the scheme should be expanded to cover more drugs, especially for pregnant women.
I think the health insurance should cover the pregnant women, because I did CS, and in my ward I saw a lady that she also did CS, and for even paying her bills it was very difficult. So I think the health insurance should cover the pregnant women.
Some of the drugs are not like they won't bill you with part of the drugs. So I think the government should add more improvements.
The CEO of the scheme, Leader Jani Selby, is urging the public who are denied some medicines under the scheme to report to authorities for the necessary actions to be taken. Alberta Bisiu's report for Joy Business.
All right, so talking about medical affairs, and Joy Business Health and Wellness Trade Show is coming up on the 30th of May 2019 from 30th to the 1st of June. It's an opportunity for you to get there and know your health status. Let's see what's this play.
Welcome to today's Joy Business Health and Wellness Tip. Cervical cancer occurs when the cells of the cervix grows abnormally and invades other tissues and organs of the body. The cervix, which is normally referred to as the neck of the womb, is located between the womb and the vagina. The Joy Business Health and Wellness Tip is brought to you by New Crystal Health Services Limited, growing together in good health.
So you make a date at the second edition of the Joy Business Health and Wellness Trade Show, which comes off on the 30th to the 1st of June at the Accra International Conference Center. Let's move on to other stories now. The Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Gold Coast Fund Management has petitioned the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, and the Office of the President to investigate owners of the company for allegedly transferring customers' investments to Liberia and the United States of America. Last week, the Ashanti Regional Branch of the group petitioned YOCO to investigate owners of the company over locked-up investments. The group, in a statement on the 17th of this month, appeals to YOCO to, as a matter of urgency and in the larger interest of the public, investigate the matter. Joseph Aite is secretary to the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers.
We all know Dr. Indum in this country. I mean, a lot of us knew businesses that he was holding and businesses that he was running as an individual. It will interest you to know that following this impasse between we, the customers, and Dr. Indum, now you go around to want to trace some of his investments, and you go only to realize that these investments are no more in his name. Even though you have a court judgment to want to attach one of his properties. But what we also know for a fact was that a lot of our investments were directed and were moved by Dr. Indum to acquire those properties. He has acquired those properties using the customer's investment to acquire those properties. So the question we are asking is that if it is not for concealment, how come all of a sudden, when we find ourselves in this situation, we do not have a property of Dr. Indum to attach any longer? And that is a surprising aspect for us. So we are asking Yoko that this is really getting serious at this stage, and Yoko needs to step in as a matter of urgency. We are asking Yoko to do a detailed audit and an investigation on Dr. Indum and trace where our monies have been sent to. Because it is important for us to know where our funds have been locked up. As it stands now, Dr. Indum has even not been able to tell we the customers the whereabouts of our investment. The only thing they have been able to communicate with the customers was the issue that they loaned a lot of our funds into Government of Ghana infrastructure projects. This notwithstanding, we cannot authenticate the truth or otherwise of these assertions made by Dr. Indum. But as a matter of urgency, we think that government needs to come out to really point out to we the customers whether Dr. Indum has truly invested any money with the state.
So that's exactly what the concerned, aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management are saying. Let's get on the phone lines now and speak with the General Manager in charge of Investor Relations at Gold Coast Fund Management, Benjamin Afre. Ben, you're welcome to the marketplace.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
All right, so you heard some aggrieved customers of your company. They have petitioned the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, to investigate management of the fund, particularly Dr. Kwakwesi Indum, for allegedly transferring customers' investments to Liberia and the U.S. What's your response to this?
Thank you very much again, Emmanuel. First of all, I think we are yet to get any form of correspondence from YOCO as to the letter that you are talking about. Yes, I've seen it on social media, but we are yet to get any formal correspondence from the YOCO regarding that. But on the substantive issue of where the investments are, I think we have maintained over the period that the customers' investments are in this country. We have shown severally the type of investment that we made and where they will find them. I don't think we have anything to hide. YOCO would, if that's the case, I'm sure they will do what they have to do. But we can also assure our customers that their funds are here, we've invested them well. There are difficulties, of course, that we've already discussed with our customers that we are dealing with. I want to assure our customers that their investments are here and they are safe. And once you're able to resolve the difficulties that we are in, I'm sure that we will take care of that request as well.
Now, for what reason would these, aggrieved customers allege that their funds have been transferred to Liberia and the U.S.?
Unfortunately, Manu, that is a question that I cannot answer because, as you know, I wouldn't know the base on what they are doing. That there are a lot of conjecture also out there. So people would find all sort of reasons and all sort of, put all sort of things together to arrive at whatever decision that they choose for themselves.
Right.
Unfortunately, I cannot answer that question.
Yeah.
But what we can assure them, and what we've already said and even told our regulator, is that we are putting all of these investments together. They are currently undergoing evaluation. We will share all of that information with our regulators and with our customers subsequently. So they will know that their investments are here. They haven't gone anywhere.
All right, now, Ben, you also gave some timelines to ensure that locked up funds are disbursed to these investors. What is the challenge now? Why are you unable to pay your customers?
Well, we have been paying our customers. Since last year, August, when these issues started, we have been paying. But of course, we haven't been able to get the quantum we're looking for at the time to pay all our customers. But then we have been paying. And I think we've shared with you in the media how much we've been able to pay over a certain period. And it's something we've shared with our regulator as well. But these are customers we've been paying. Yes, as I have said already, we haven't been able to get the full value or the full amount we are looking for to take care of all the requests that we have coming through. But any time we've been able to raise money, we have paid out to our customers. And we'll keep doing that and to take care of everybody's requests.
Is it any source of concern to you, especially when these aggrieved customers have petitioned the office of the president as well as Yoku for intervention?
Come again, I didn't hear that.
Is this a source of concern? Is it worrying to hear that the aggrieved customers have petitioned the office of the president on this matter as well as the Yoku?
Well, obviously, it is not the best because, as we have said, this is investment we have made not only to the benefit of our customers, but to the benefit of the society and the country as a whole. Okay. So when people do not have all the facts but put some of these things out, it affects some of the work that we are doing to raise funding to pay.
All right.
But be that as it may, we can also assure our customers that we will do whatever it takes. We have done this, and I keep saying, and we have repeated it. We've done it for 25 years. 25 solid years, we've made money and created value for our customers.
All right.
Why all of a sudden are people, turning around and saying we've taken the money elsewhere and all of that? We haven't done any of those things. So please let our customers, as they listen, as they watch, be assured and rest assured that the investors are here. We are doing everything we have to bring the needed liquidity to take care of the requirement and putting. And we'll keep doing that and paying customers as and when we raise money, or every time that we raise money, we'll keep paying our customers.
All right, many thanks for your time. We'll get back to you again for some more details. Benjamin Afre is General Manager, Investor Relations of Gold Coast Fund Management Limited, bringing to an end this afternoon's edition of The Marketplace. Thank you so much for being with me. My name is Emmanuel Abwaji. We are good afternoon.